Hello everyone. I hope that you've had a really great weekend. I don't know if you're a royal wedding person, but I imagine even if you didn't watch it, that you probably saw some photos and videos and all that sort of thing on the internet. Either way, I'm a little bit hit and miss. I saw part of it, but I wasn't too fussed about it, to be honest, but you know, it was lovely, the bit that I saw. So anyway, I hope that you had a great weekend. I'm here to tell you about the self-care tip for this week. So if you didn't catch my last video last week, I am hoping to try and do a Facebook Live around this time every Monday, just as a way to help you kind of set an intention for the week around your self-care. So one of the things that I've been thinking about lately is how much of a big impact our breathing actually has on how we see the world and on how things are going on in our life. And so one of the things for this week I want you to invite you to try is breathing. Now it seems a little bit like, yeah, I'm alive, I breathe every day and every second, every moment to be able to keep surviving. Yes, that's true. However, a lot of us actually, we kind of tend to hold our breath or we breathe shallow depending on what's going on in our life. And so one of the things I am going to invite you to do, and I'm going to give you a bit of a demonstration about what I do and how it helps me, is to learn how to breathe deeply. So when I was teaching my counselling students, one of the things I would say to them is remember to breathe. And they would say, Anna, of course we're breathing. And I would say, no, breathe deeply. Because often when we're in a stressful situation or we're feeling more anxiety, we actually tend to kind of hold our breath or we breathe shallow. And so actually when that happens, we get less oxygen to our brain and we don't think as clearly. So when you're in a stressful situation or a positive situation or you're excited or you can do this at absolutely any time of what's going on in your life, is to stop, become aware, self-aware, and try breathing deeply. So for me, that looks like a couple things. One is it also can help me to ease my anxiety or if I'm worrying about something when I go to sleep. So if you're struggling to get to sleep, it could be anxiety and worry that your brain is going 50 miles an hour and you feel like you can't kind of relax to actually get to sleep. For me, during that time, one of the things I love to do, or I often try, is what's called, it's kind of known as box breathing or tactical breathing. So you may have heard of, breathe in for 4, hold, and then breathe out for 5 or 6 or whatever. In this case, for me, the one that I use is simply, it's a box, and it's breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4, breathe in for 4, so it's the box, okay? So it can just be as simple as 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Now, obviously the counting you're doing in your head. And so the idea is that you actually breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're breathing for all of that time, not breathe in, hold, and then hold again, and then breathe out. And Brene Brown says, if you can't hear yourself breathing in and breathing out, then try again. So instead of just going, try doing it. Just helps to stay a little bit more focused on what you're doing. So I breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4. So what this actually does is it slows down our heart rate. So if we're feeling anxious or overwhelmed or stressed, our heart rate can tend to increase and that's often why we have shallow breathing. So when we can slow our breathing down, it gives us more clarity in our mind. As I said, it sends oxygen to our brain and we can think more clearly. So that's my self-care tip for this week. I encourage you to try it. So it could be, as I said, before you go to sleep, or if you're struggling to get to sleep. It can also just be in general, like it might be you've just walked out of a meeting that's really frustrated you. Instead of being uptight about it, just stop and take a few deep breaths. So you don't have to do the 4, 4, 4, 4 at that point, but just simply going. It kind of gives us a few seconds to go, you know what, this is okay. I'm noticing what I'm feeling. I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling overwhelmed. This particular thing is not actually okay. But when we stop and take a few deep breaths, it actually gives us a chance and our brain to slow down and go, okay, what is it that I need to do right now? Do I need to go for a walk around the block to get some fresh air? Which is another way that you can use breathing. When you're walking, instead of just, puffing while you're walking, actually try and focus on your breathing. So focus on breathing in and then breathing out, and try and get into a bit of a rhythm. And again, you'll be really surprised, I think, about how important breathing deeply and breathing slowly actually is for our well-being, both our mind, our spirit, our soul, and our physical being as well. So I hope that's helpful. Give it a try this week. Let me know in the comments how you go, or if you've got any questions, and I will see you next week. Bye.